YouTube channel. My name's Tanya. I generally film videos about lifestyle, fashion, beauty, events. This video then is something, I'd like to say different, but it's not the first time that I've been through it. This is my second journey through cancer. The first time I wasn't YouTubing and I was doing social media, but I kept it all to myself. I didn't tell anybody until it was over. And then I did a few posts about it and people said, well, you know, it's been helpful. And then this time, I just thought, you know, I've been through it once. You know, I think maybe this time it is time to share it again. So this is my second journey, as I say, through breast cancer for the diagnosis. And subsequent operation and treatment, really. I thought I'd take you on my journey with me. This is a really hard video to make. It's not one that I ever wanted to do, ever planned to do, and even now when I'm recording it, I still don't know if it's the right thing to do. But if this can help anybody in any way, then it will have been enough. But I have been going through something again which I didn't think I would go through, at least not yet, and that is waiting to find out if the cancer has come back. Basically, a few weeks ago, I found a lump, which I never thought I would get again, because obviously when you have mastectomy, you don't think you're going to get a lump there, do you? But yeah, I found it at the side of my breast there, sort of at the side of the implant, and I only really found it because it felt sore there, you know, where your bra and things rub on your side. And obviously when I found it, you get that initial panic, and then I thought, okay, calm down. They said the chances of it coming back were pretty small. You know, maybe you've just knocked yourself, not realised, maybe you've run down, maybe it's blah, 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 blah. Give it a couple of weeks and see if it goes. I give it more than a couple of weeks. I've given it about a month, to be honest. In hindsight, probably should have gone sooner, but I just kept hoping it would go, which for somebody that's been through it once is probably ridiculous, but you know, I have been back before with a lump that's turned out to be scar tissue. Anyway, it didn't go. We got in touch with the hospital. My nurse thought it was probably just a swollen lymph node, not to worry, but they would see me. So went to the hospital last Tuesday, and obviously they found the lump straight away, and they did an ultrasound which showed that there was something there. There is a mass there. From an ultrasound, the person that did it said they couldn't tell what it was. I think I think they can, but they can't always, you know, distinguish exactly, and so they did a biopsy there and then. So they took the biopsy. I'm not going to lift my top up, but you see where the plaster is there that they put over it. And I'm now waiting for the results of the biopsy. I've been waiting since Tuesday and I get the results on Monday, so it's been a really bad week. And I'm really scared. You know, it's the unknown of what's wrong with me, and if it is back, how bad it is, and if it's treatable. You know, it's only been 3 years and I've lived with the fear of it coming back, even though they said it was small. The fear of it coming back never goes away. In some ways you feel that it's always got you. You have to carry on with a new kind of normal. But now I'm going through it again. So I've kind of tried to cram as much into the last 3 years as I could. You know, making memories and things, and I've worked really hard to try and make something of my life. And I don't feel that I've achieved a lot. And I've got down about it. I admit I get down about it quite a lot because I work so hard. Oh God, I wasn't going to cry. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I thought, you know, things could change on Monday. My life could be turned upside down again. Chemo, operations. And so I thought I might need a video to explain what was going on. I kept it quiet last time. I didn't tell anybody, sort of in social media world or anything like that. I wasn't vlogging at the time. And so nobody knew what I was going through. Nobody knew I had cancer until it was all over. And I don't know which is the right way to go about it. But yeah, so it's Saturday now. I'll get the results on Monday. So tomorrow is going to be even worse. My heart is just pounding. I just feel really anxious. And people say to you, know, how did you cope? But you don't have a choice, basically. You just have to go through with it. So yeah, I don't know how this video is going to end. But I will obviously take you on whatever journey is ahead of me.
And the biopsy does show us cancer cells there, I'm afraid. It shows cancer cells there, I'm afraid. It shows cancer cells there, I'm afraid.
ever tried to park in any of Nottingham's hospitals, you'll know it's a nightmare. I got here an hour early to make sure I could park and not be late for my appointment. I mean, yes, you can use public transport. From where I am, there isn't a bus that's particularly regular, and I've got to get back to work because I am working still at the moment. They've said today it will be 3 weeks before I can drive, up to 3 weeks before I can go back to work. I'm hoping it's less than that, and I mean, I'm hoping I'll still be able to film and vlog, because obviously that's just sitting on a computer. Not that I do a lot more than that at work, but in my other job. But you know, it's going to be getting there and bending, stretching, a lot of moving. So yeah, I've got to see how it goes really, but I think I've got to prepare for about 3 weeks really. So yeah, 2 days time they will be taking it out. I think the operation, it's not a long operation, I think it's only about an hour, but I will be in recovery for probably 3 or 4 hours, and then they should let me go home. But yeah, no lifting, stretching for about 3 weeks really. I've got physio to do. And yeah, I just want it out. You know, when you know you've got this thing in you that could potentially be spreading or, you know, growing, you want it out. So the operation is a good thing, but it's still scary being, you know, put to sleep, isn't it? And I like being in control. And I'm not in control of this. So yeah, but that's the next step over. So yeah, I will catch up with you again on Thursday. Big day. So jumping back on here then, it's now October the 2nd. It's evening. So you saw in the clips there to the point where I was diagnosed. Basically, the biopsy came back as cancer, and I was then sent for a CT scan to see if there was any spread of the disease. They took bloods. So far things are looking okay. There doesn't appear to be any spread, but what they've got to do is remove the tumour, send it away for analysis again. They're going to take some more lymph nodes to have a look at those, just to make sure that no cancer has spread to those, and then they'll decide what kind of treatment I need. I'm really hoping it's not chemotherapy again. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But you know, if that's what it needs to be again, then that's what it will be. You know, you have to take the treatment. They were saying they were hoping it may just be radiotherapy, so we will see. But I won't know that for about another 3 weeks now, after tomorrow. So hoping, everything crossed, that everything goes okay in the operation tomorrow. I've got to be at the hospital for 7:30 in the morning. I don't know what time my operation is. So yeah, just getting everything ready, and not looking forward to it. And I want it out. I want this thing out of me again. But yeah, the idea of another operation and then waiting for the outcome is not what you want, is it really? But I guess it is what it is. You know, people say, how do you get through it? And I don't know what the answer is. You just don't have a choice. You have to get through it. There is no other option. You just take everything step by step and day by day, and hope for the best possible outcome, really. So after tomorrow, that will be another step further. I know I will be in pain. I'm not going to be able to raise this arm very much, so I'll be given physio, and it'll be a few weeks before I can drive again. So yeah, that's where we are.
You've got no makeup on, I see.
Thanks for pointing that out.
In your pyjamas.
Do look a bit like pyjamas, don't they? But it's what you can get on and off. Well, yeah, on easily.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, today is the day of the operation. So it's 7 o'clock. Got to be at the hospital for 7:30. So yeah, on our way there to hopefully get this thing out of me.
What have you been doing today?
Well, not a lot really. Just, you know, I've been having a lay down.
Bit of a lay down.
Yeah.
Bit of life-saving surgery.
Yeah. Just every
You look
day
fresh on it.
Well, I've had a good sleep, to be honest. Eventually, when I got to sleep.
I'm surprised you've not come out fully made up. I mean, you've been awake. You've been awake 2 hours. Anyway, what was on your rider for when you came out?
Angel Delight.
So I went to the shop on Mapley Top. I bought a jug. I bought some bowls. I bought some cutlery. And I mixed it all up on top of my car.
Lovely.
I bought a bag.
Hygienic then.
I bought a bag of ice cubes to try and help it go off. You know, like set.
Oh, to set, yeah. Won't that have diluted it? I got this from hospital toilets.
Eat.
Specialist website, actually. Oh, look at that. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolatey goodness. Oh, simply lovely. So I'm just popping on because it's the day before I go back to the hospital to get my results. And to be honest, I'm not coping very well. I'm trying to be strong, but in the back of my mind there is this fear that just won't go away. And you know, people probably think, oh, she's fine, you know, she's going out, she's doing this, she's posting on social media. But that is my way of coping. What they don't see is me struggling to sleep at night, sitting there just thinking about what the hell is happening, what the hell is ahead of me. In fact, I've been stuck in the house because of the operation, and you know, you really need to take your mind off it, and people have been trying to do that, but it's just that unknown. I've just been to the co-op just to get a couple of bits, and literally just panicking, just like really shaking and just burning up, and I just couldn't wait to get out. And I'm just really scared that they're going to say that they found it in my lymph nodes. because then that's going to be another operation. I mean, the CT scan didn't flag anything up, but it's so hard. Just waiting is so hard. And I know there are people that live with it and have to get on with it, and God, I admire them. And I suppose when you know what you're dealing with, it doesn't make it any easier. But I guess you know. It's just the waiting in between that's hard. You know, it's lonely, and no matter what people say, it doesn't make it better. Because nobody really knows, there's only the hospital that knows.
On the edge of the breast there, completely removed with a clear margin. The lymph nodes, I found 5 and one of them just have disease in.
I had my results appointment this morning, and honestly I was hoping that I would come on here with better news, thinking that things were, you know, as good as they could be, but no, you know me, never easy, is it? Basically the upshot is that they got the tumour out, and they got all of it out. They got a clear margin of tissue around it, but they took 5 lymph nodes from under my arm here, and one of the 5 was cancerous, basically, which means that the cancer is now classed as secondary. It's travelled from the primary site to the lymph node, and the danger you have then is basically that the lymph nodes transport it through your body, so you're at risk of metastasizing, or metastases, I can't even say it, where it goes to your other organs. The CT scan I had originally was clear. It didn't even show that it was in any of the lymph nodes, but they said the reason for that is it's a tiny bit that's affected, but hopefully that means that it hasn't gone anywhere else from there. The good news is it was one of the 5, not all of them, but you know, we all have different amounts of lymph nodes. Some people have 20 odd, some people have 30 odd, so they just don't know whether any others would have been affected. There's no way of telling until they take them out and they're looked at in a lab. So because there is what they called lymph node activity, the plan now is that I have to have chemotherapy again. Which I'm being strong talking about, but I am absolutely gutted. I know it's for the right reasons, to, you know, make sure they get it all, but you know, it's the hair thing, and just sick of cancer robbing me of things in life. So anyway, yeah, I have an appointment with the oncologist, who is the cancer consultant, on the 4th of November to discuss the chemotherapy. They'll be giving me a different one to last time, because obviously that didn't do the job 3 years ago because it's come back. So I'll have 5 months of that, which is every 3 weeks. When it gets towards my last one, what they'll then do is put me in for surgery again, and they will take the remaining lymph nodes from that side, which is basically a node clearance. There's another name for it as well, but they take all the nodes to make sure, you know, that it's not in any of them. They will look for signs that, you know, there's no active cells. They will also look for signs of scarring, because what they will hope for is that chemotherapy has done its job, and they will see scarring on the lymph nodes where it has killed the cells that were cancerous. Then I will recover from that, which is probably about 3 weeks, and then I will start radiation. Depending on how big an area they do will depend on how many lymph nodes were affected that they take out. They've said they may well sort of go up to the collarbone around here. So yeah, it's going to be a tough, 7 months at least, isn't it? And yeah, I'm just not, I don't know, I was quite numb at first. You know, you're hit with the shock, because I don't think they weren't expecting it to be in my lymph nodes, so I had the initial shock. Then came the tears. Then I just kind of went numb for a few hours. I actually fell asleep, because it just drains you being at the hospital, doesn't it? So I fell asleep for not for long, but then I woke up again, and I don't know, it just hits you again, doesn't it? You're just living it over and over again. So yeah, sorry it's not, you know, better news or an entertaining video. And I'm sorry I look rough, but it's not been a particularly good day. But I thought what I'm going to do is end this video now, because obviously we've covered quite a bit of stuff in terms of diagnosis, and you know, there probably will be bits I want to carry on doing videos. I don't want everything to be about cancer. I want there to be, you know, normality to the videos as well. I want to show that, you know, life does go on. As hard as it is to get through it, life will go on, and I will fight it again. So I will do another sort of catch-up video at some point when I sort of start treatment, so you can follow my progress with that. But for now, yeah, signing off, sending you all the love in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye.